You saved $500 this month, but you still feel broke. What is going on? Seriously, you did everything right. You set a budget, you skipped Starbucks, you transferred money to savings every single Friday, and then you check your bank account at the end of the month and something still feels completely off. You don't feel financially free, you don't feel secure, you feel exactly the same as before. If that's you, do not close this video, because what I'm about to share with you today is exactly why this keeps happening and nobody is talking about it honestly. Here is the hard truth. Saving money and actually feeling financially okay are two completely different things, and millions of people in the United States are stuck in the gap between those two realities every single month. My name is Your Name, and in this video, I'm going to break down the real reasons why you still feel broke even after saving, and more importantly, what you can actually do to fix it. No fluff, no generic cut your coffee advice, just the truth. Let's get into it. The first reason is something I call the invisible sinking fund, and it's sneakier than you think. When you put $400 into savings, it feels like progress. But in the back of your mind, you already know that car insurance is due next month, Amazon Prime auto-renews, your kid needs school supplies, and there's a dentist bill you've been avoiding. That saved $400 was never truly free money. It was already mentally allocated to future expenses you just hadn't written down yet. This is why your savings account never feels real, because deep down you know it's already gone. The fix is simple but powerful. Start a sinking fund on purpose. Sit down, go through your entire year and list every non-monthly expense you can think of. Add them all up, divide by 12, and move that exact amount into a separate labeled account every month. That way, your actual savings stays untouched and it finally starts to feel like real wealth. The second reason is inflation, and this one is doing serious damage to Americans right now. If you saved $1,000 last year and inflation was running at 4 to 6%, which it absolutely was across the United States, your $1,000 in real buying power is worth less today than it was 12 months ago. You didn't lose money on paper, but you felt poorer because groceries went up, rent went up, car insurance went up, and your savings account, sitting at a big traditional bank earning 0.01% interest, did absolutely nothing to fight that. The fix here is straightforward. Move your savings into a high-yield savings account right now. In 2024 and 2025, accounts like Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ally Bank, SoFi, and Discover are offering 4 to 5% APY. That is not a risky investment. It is just smarter parking for your cash. Your money should at least keep pace with inflation. If it isn't, you are quietly losing purchasing power while you sleep. The third reason is what I call the lifestyle leak. And this one is responsible for keeping more Americans stuck than almost anything else. Every time your income went up over the past few years, did your savings go up proportionally, or did your expenses quietly rise to match? You got a raise, so you moved to a slightly nicer apartment. You started eating out a little more. You upgraded your phone. You added a streaming service or two. None of it felt reckless. Every single choice made sense in the moment. But together, you absorbed your entire raise into your lifestyle, and your savings percentage didn't move 1 inch. You make more than you did 3 years ago, but you feel exactly the same. The fix is to make a living rule for yourself. Every single time your income increases, the very first thing you do is increase your savings amount before you touch your lifestyle budget. Even a simple personal rule like for every raise, half goes to lifestyle and half goes to savings or investing will completely change where you are financially in 5 years. The fourth reason is one that has probably wiped out your progress more times than you can count. You have no dedicated emergency fund, so every single unexpected expense destroys everything you built. Here's a scenario. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You saved $600. You felt genuinely good about it. Then your tire blew out, then your kid got a fever and needed a doctor visit, then your phone screen cracked. And just like that, your $600 became $80 and you felt like you were back at zero. The problem is not bad luck. The problem is that you only had one savings bucket and it was being asked to do 3 different jobs at the same time: grow your future, cover your goals, and absorb every emergency. The fix is to build a dedicated emergency fund completely separate from your regular savings. Start with a minimum of $1,000 just to stop the bleeding, then work toward 3 to 6 months of your living expenses over time. Keep it in a separate account you do not touch unless something truly unexpected happens. When emergencies have their own home, every life curveball stops feeling like financial destruction. Here is the quick context. We are answering one of the most frustrating questions in personal finance. Why do you still feel broke even when you're saving money? In part 1, we covered the practical money reasons. Now we are going deeper into the psychological traps, the mindset problems, and the real shifts that separate people who build lasting wealth from people who stay stuck no matter how hard they try. Let's go. The fifth reason is one that social media has made dramatically worse, especially in America. You are comparing your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 10. You see your coworker just bought a house, your cousin bought a Tesla, your college friend is posting vacation photos from Europe every 3 months, and you're sitting there with your $500 savings account feeling like you are hopelessly behind. But here is what you are not seeing. Your coworker has $40,000 in student loan debt. Your cousin has a $900 per month car payment. Your college friend charged that Europe trip to credit cards that aren't paid off yet. Net worth is invisible on Instagram. Lifestyle is visible. Debt is not. You are not behind. You simply do not have access to other people's full financial picture. The fix is to stop measuring your success against visible consumption and start measuring against your own past self. Are you doing better than you were 6 months ago? That is the only race that actually matters. The sixth reason is one that most people in the saving conversation completely miss. You are saving money, but you are not investing it, and that difference is everything. Here's the math that changes the entire picture. $10,000 sitting in a regular savings account at 0.5% interest for 10 years gives you roughly $10,500. $10,000 invested in an S&P 500 index fund, which has historically averaged around 10% annually, gives you nearly $26,000 over that same 10 years. That is more than 2.5 times your money by simply being in the right vehicle. The United States has some of the most powerful wealth-building tools in the world, and most people are not using them. If your employer offers a 401k with a match and you are not taking the full match, you are literally leaving part of your salary on the table. That is free money. A Roth IRA lets you pay taxes now and withdraw everything completely tax-free in retirement, which is incredible for anyone in their 20s and 30s. And the HSA, the Health Savings Account, is possibly the most underused triple tax advantaged account in America. The fix is to start somewhere, even if it is just $25 a month in a Roth IRA through Fidelity or Vanguard. The habit of investing matters far more than the amount when you are starting out. Saving keeps you alive. Investing builds your future. The seventh reason is the one nobody in the personal finance space wants to say out loud. A lot of us grew up in households where money was always tight, where every purchase felt like a crisis, where "we can't afford that" was the automatic answer to almost everything. And even when your actual financial situation improves, that anxiety does not just disappear. You can have $3,000 in savings and still feel like you are one paycheck away from disaster, not because the numbers say so, but because your nervous system was trained to expect scarcity. This is the scarcity mindset, and it is why so many people feel emotionally broke even when they are technically not. If you feel guilty spending money even on things you need, if you avoid checking your bank balance because it makes you anxious, if you sometimes self-sabotage and spend recklessly right before you reach a savings goal, this is what is happening beneath the surface. The fix works on 2 levels. On the financial side, automate your savings so you are no longer making emotional decisions about money every single month. On the mindset side, start reading books like The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel or I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. These will rewire how you think about money at a deep level, not just how you manage it on a spreadsheet. The eighth and final reason ties everything together. You do not have a financial vision, you only have financial anxiety, and those two things feel very different from the inside. Most people save money without knowing specifically why they are saving. Save more is not a goal, it's a feeling. What are you actually saving for? A down payment on a house in 3 years? A fully funded emergency fund by December? $500,000 in retirement accounts by age 55? Sending your kids to college without debt? When you attach a specific target with a real dollar amount and a real deadline to your savings, the money suddenly has meaning, and meaning is what kills the broke feeling. Without a target, $1,000 in savings feels small and pointless. With a target, that same $1,000 feels like genuine progress towards something real. The fix is simple. Right now, not after this video, right now, write down your top 3 financial goals. Put a dollar amount on each one, put a deadline on each one. Then work backwards to figure out exactly how much you need to save per month to get there. Use free tools like YNAB, Mint, or even just a Google Sheet. The moment you can see yourself moving towards something specific, the chronic feeling of being broke begins to fade. Now, here's what I want you to do before you close this video. First, drop a comment below and tell me which of these 8 reasons hit closest to home for you. I personally read every single comment on this channel. Second, if this video gave you real value today, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps this video reach more people who genuinely need to hear this. Third, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because every single week I am putting out content that helps you understand how money actually works in the real world, especially when you are building your life and your wealth here in the United States. And fourth, share this video with one person in your life right now. Text them the link, put it in the family group chat, forward it to a friend who has been struggling with this exact feeling. You don't have to figure money alone. That is exactly what this channel is here for. I'll see you in the next one.